Nation. Welcome into another episode of Apprentice Football Coach's Corner. I'm here with Coach Vince Brown. I'm Chris Sawyer. Coach, coming off a game with Hampden-Sydney, 38-21 loss. But before we get into the game, let's talk about it. You were here at home, tailgating. Fans were here on both sides.
Yes.
It was a great atmosphere, Hall of Fame weekend. Talk about just the emotions, everything that went on that day.
I think it was an amazing day. We were blessed with great weather. Our guys were fired up. A little bit, you think when you're playing at home that you'll be calm, but I guess we haven't played at home since this year, right? So our guys were a little over anxious, but they were able to compose themselves throughout the game. But overall, the atmosphere was amazing. It felt so good just to be at home, to have our fans behind us. Hampden-Sydney brought a good crowd, and so the tailgating was going on, kids running around. We loved the day. It was great.
They got the hedges out here.
Oh man, college football at its finest.
Absolutely. But you also had a lot of recruits here too. So talk about the benefit of playing at home and actually having the recruits come in, spend a weekend with you guys, and be here at the game.
It was awesome. We had about 30 guys come in. We have a lot of interest going into this year. Just having a good understanding of where we're headed and what we're trying to build. They got a chance to tour this facility. As we know, this is going to be a brand new facility.
Right. Yep.
And so the plans are in the making. And those guys, they're buying into. They know how they can set up their futures here without going into debt, and being able to buy a home and start a family and be ahead of the game is what I told them. Let's get ahead of the game and make the investment for yourself, and then get what you need to get out of it. And so I was very pleased with what our recruiting coordinator, Coach Evans, did. It was an amazing job.
That's great. All right, let's get in the game a little bit. You started Grant Swanger,
Yes.
freshman quarterback. He and Mason have kind of gone back and forth together. But Hampden-Sydney jumped on a lead, but then you guys settled down. Grant ran the offense, and when you went into halftime, you were leading. And I know we talked at halftime about that, trying to win it for the seniors. But talk about that first half a little bit, and how you finally, like you said, you settled down a little bit from the emotions of being here and got into your game plan.
As I said, Chris, the nerves were up. We're playing a lot of young guys. We know this story, but they settled down. They started to really visualize the game, really understand. Just, hey guys, we've been here before. Let's play our game. I feel like when we play our game, we can compete with anybody. Finishing, that's going to come for us. Off season, conditioning, a full summer, full weight room program, and so we're looking forward to that as well. But we're still set on going out and competing each and every week, and so a big one this week as well. And we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, going over to Shenandoah. Talk about the second half again. I know, and one of the things you've talked about all year on the show and on the interviews is you have a young team. And you're looking to put together 4 quarters of solid football. And sometimes, as you said, that happens with the young teams. You make some mistakes. But, again, you went down at the end of the game and you scored again. And we talked about that at the last game. I thought Randolph-Macon trying to score there at the end. The adversity. But I think now that you've gone through this season, you got one more game left, it really appears to me, and I think a lot of the Builder fans, that the kids have bought into it. And no matter what the score is, no matter what's happening, they're still in there. They're playing like it's the last play of the game, and they're going down to score. But talk about that at the end of the game, how they continue to play hard, and there wasn't enough time left, but still they were looking to score and make this a game again.
Well, Chris, I couldn't be more proud of my guys, because I know the adversity they've been through in the off season, having a year and a half stripped away from them, in total season, having a weight room stripped away from them. And so I'm just so proud of the endurance, and they're learning to play together. Over this time, it seems like a long season, but it's a short season, right? Now they're seeing how the windows close. Over this time, we've been able to develop that bond with each other, fight for each other, and that's all I've been building, is being there for your brother, being accountable, playing the game the right way. And so to see that unfold, and no personal fouls, any of the type of foolishness, we haven't had any of those this year. I think the first game, and playing with so many young guys, going through the ups and downs of football, understanding that football is a blessing, but it's a real life out here after football. And so the message is getting across. I think our recruits were able to see that, and they want to be a part of it. They were excited. They see where this program is going. And Builder Nation was out here, continue to be out here for us. And when they backing us and we fill this thing out, then people are going to really be able to see the product that we're putting together.
And before we end this segment, we can't go without mentioning Paul Massey Jr. Number one, he yesterday, we're taping on Tuesday, but on Monday he was named the Eastern Metro Athletic Conference Player of the Week. He was all over it. all over the place. I think he had 13, 14 tackles. Talk about his play all year, because I think he's had now 65 total, or 3 games in double digits. But he's a sophomore, junior.
He's a junior.
So you've got him, and he's leading that defense. But talk about his play, because he was all over the field.
Well, Paul Massey, to me, is the epitome of who we're looking for. He's someone who has brought in someone who excels in the workforce, in school, and he's going to have tremendous opportunity waiting for him when he finishes his final game here and finishes up his apprenticeship. He's a standout guy. You know, he's type of young man that you will let marry, you know,
right.
Take your daughter out on a date, because he's respectable. He's a stand-up guy, and he handles his business. And that's all I ask for our young men to do. We were talking to the coaches when we were reviewing the film on Sunday, and just saying, well, yeah, Paul, he kept us in this game. Yeah. And, you know, but that's just a testament to who he is. He's always either the first one in or the last one out. I mean, what can I say? When he practices like the game. And so on Saturday, it comes easy to him. And I'm just so grateful for him. Our team is so grateful for him.
And last thing, 2 seniors, senior day as well. You had your 2 seniors out there, and talk about that. Again, it shows how young your team is to have the 2 seniors, but they set a standard here at Apprentice, and it's good to have their family and let them go out, Blake and Isaiah. But talk a little bit about them.
Well, just appreciate both of those guys for enduring and going through a journey before I even arrived here, going through a journey of a class of 40 guys, but guys not buying in the right way, right. You know, and then becoming a part of our team and leading some of these young guys and handling. But both of those guys will be well taken care of. They're at pay grades right now that I can't discuss, but you know they're doing great for themselves, and I know that their future is bright. So we're just proud of those guys, and I told them we're gonna go out here and try to win this last one for you. We couldn't get it done at home, but I think they're just proud of the way the guys responded and just the overall attitude of the team, and they can speak to that. So,
speaking of players, we got a special segment today. We got the Pierce brothers,
yes.
From Stafford, Virginia. Not only football stuff, but we're going to talk about some stuff in life. You talk about setting yourself up for success here at Apprentice. Really looking forward to having both of them on there. So instead of our coaches' profile segment, we're going to profile these 2 players who've put so much into the program and into their career. So we're looking forward to meeting them, and we'll talk about them a little bit in this segment. But hey, we'll be right back. It's Coach Vince Brown. We'll be right back with the Pierce brothers. Go Builders. Hey Builders, welcome back. We've got a special edition here. Instead of our coaches profile segment, we're going to talk to the Pierce brothers. We got Russ here on the defensive side, Nick on the offensive side from Stafford, Virginia. Welcome in, guys. You're not twins, you're triplets, right? So we're just missing one. But talk about that. What is it like to come here and play with your brother and make that decision to come to Apprentice?
Well, it's an easier decision to make because I'm more comfortable, transitioning from high school to, college, and, just like living with my brother.
And you're a wrestler too, right?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, you're double duty. You're getting ready in this and get ready for the wrestling coming up here. And you, I mean, what was it like? I mean, coming out of high school, Stafford, Virginia. What was it when you guys looked at Apprentice? Had you heard of Apprentice before, or what was it that kind of got you interested in coming here?
Yeah, so originally we heard about Apprentice. Apprentice used to hold a fish fry down here.
Okay.
So we had always been in that, and with our dad being a coach, and always being involved with Virginia High School League coaching clinics, he had known about it. So that's how we kind of got introduced to it, and then as high school progressed, we kind of knew this was the right way to go.
And we talked to Coach a lot about how this is a different type of place to come. You're working, you're going to class, you're playing. But from what I was talking to Coach before we went on, I mean, you guys have purchased a house. Is that correct? And talk about that a little bit. You've rented some rooms out, but I mean, that's different than what a college student at your age is doing right now.
Yeah. So bought a house actually in 2019. We were 19 years old. 1 year out of high school, and it's put us in a position now where we are way far ahead than even my cousin who's 27 years old. I own a house. That is an asset that I can always turn into bigger profit. I'm flipping them. Doing a lot of work to them, and then like you said, renting out the other 2 rooms. So I'm not taking as big of a financial payment a month.
Right.
With that.
Absolutely. And talk about coming in. You have to go to work, you have to go to class. How do you stay disciplined and focused when you're done you're working all day long, and then now you got to come practice, and then on the weekends you got to, you've been traveling all weekend. How do you stay focused and disciplined to do that?
Stay on track. You just be disciplined with your duties that you got to do. You go to work. You work just like you go to practice. You do everything hard, do everything the right way, and get in and get out, get it done.
And you talk about you've been on the road. You had one home game this past weekend, but going on the road, how have you gotten used to just hopping on that bus and being with your teammates and your brother? It's kind of become a routine going on the road and playing some of these teams, and you guys have played the teams very well too.
Yeah, what's nice, it brings the team together, more bonding time for the team, and gets us out and more exposure to places we haven't been before. So.
All right, Stafford, Virginia. It's not too far away from here. I mean, your family and friends travel to the games and get to see you guys play, and I think that's one of the good things about the schedule you've played this year, playing the ODAC schools, that you've had the opportunity to go down the road, but close enough, especially to where you guys are from, that you can see it. But talk about, you got one more game at Shenandoah. What are you guys looking for? I know you started the season out with a win. I know you've had some close games and you've been in a lot of other games, but what are you looking for this Saturday?
Really looking for a strong finish, like you said. Really want to win, but ultimately, it's the last game for two of our guys. I really want them to have fun. Really looking to take some shots. This going all out. Not leaving anything on the field. So that's really what I'm looking for, is everybody playing as hard as they can and putting their all into this last game. This is the last game we got for 8 months. So leave it out there.
And you mentioned 8 months, so you're going to go into the off season after this. What's the off season like for you guys as apprentice student athletes?
Normally for all season, coming back after some break, you start lifting kind of the weights every week, just getting ready to the mindset of playing another season. You just keep working, keep pushing, don't stop, and then around from spring ball, you just play, keep going, and work as a team.
And does being a wrestler help you that with? It's kind of off-season conditioning, but you're getting conditioned for a different type of sport. But does that help you throughout the year?
Yeah, it helps throughout the year. Stay in shape. Don't get too big over the off season. Just keeps me organized and on the right track.
Well, hey guys, thanks for joining us today. We got the Pierce brothers out of Stafford, Virginia. We'll be right back. Get ready for Shenandoah with Coach Vince Brown. Go Builders. Hey, welcome back here with head coach Vince Brown. Coach, we just talked to the Pierce brothers. Again, it's amazing what apprentice can do. We talk about how it's different here, and they've really not only get to play college football, but really set themselves up to be not only productive guys here on the yard, but financially as well.
Absolutely. Russ and Nick, man, two of my favorite guys. I came in, they came in with our first recruiting class, and just been tremendous students, tremendous guys on the work front, and great leaders on our football team. And they came in and did it the right way. I know Builder Nation loves that story. Our recruits love that story, and that's the way it should be done. And those guys are going to continue to lead this program to the next level and feed back into the program. It's something that I really preach. Make this your program forever. And I really do believe we got the start of that rolling. Right. So proud of those guys.
Absolutely. All right, so one more to go.
Yes.
Hopping on that bus again and going to Shenandoah University. Talk a little bit about Shenandoah. I've looked at, did some research on them today. Kind of reminds me of Hampden-Sydney a little bit on the games, the up and down games, but they have a very strong team. I think they have an air raid type offense. But talk about that a little bit.
Well, I'm familiar with their head coach and their coordinator. I actually played them when I was at Gallaudet University. Okay. Yeah. And so kind of familiar with what they do. They changed some things over the years, but very competitive team. As you see, they had a close win over ENH. And you have to prepare each week. I think our guys do a great job of preparing and getting our guys ready to go. So we're going to go in with the same mentality, go in, eliminate the mistakes, take care of the football, and take care of the football on special teams, right, which has been something that we really dove into. Injuries here and there throws that off with our roster size, but we're not going to focus on that. We're going to go in with a game plan, ready to execute. Our guys are excited. They're still excited about playing college football, and that's what I told them. Every opportunity, make the most of it.
It's Veterans Day game for them too, so it's be a nice thing, especially what Apprentice does, building the ships and everything for Absolutely. The military. So this is a great time to honor all that. All right, it's going to be live streamed again as always, so you can catch it on that. I know the Builder Nation's going to come because
Yes.
they've come to every game, so
Yes.
I know you're looking forward to that. But, Coach, we'll have one more show after this. Next week's going to be a very special show, end of the season show, but we're not going to jump ahead of ourselves because we got one more. You started the year off with a win. I know you're ready to end the year off with a
End
win.
with
But check it out again, gobuilders.com. Go to our schedule tab. You can see it, and we'll have, again, all our interviews with Coach. And, we'll see you next week, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you, Chris.
All right. Hey, go Builders.
Build a nation.